Gentlemen, stand please. You're the gentleman with a hand up.
I thought somebody was there before. Just a quick description. What exactly does the Board of Equalization do?
Well, it's a 5-member elected board. 4 of them are elected by district. I represented Southern California basically for 20 years on the Board of Equalization. I was a Republican. I was elected the first year in '78. I was the only Republican elected for 25 years to that board. In my first 4 years, I was elected by 4 Democrats as chairman of the board.
What do they do?
What do they do? They have 4 hats. They assess the privately held public utilities, so they're an assessor. They are the tax court for the state of California. I heard over 20,000 appeals in the 20 years I was on the board. They are quasi-legislative. They write all the tax rules, such as the property tax rules. And some of us would go across the street and actually change the laws. I carried over 24 bills in my 20 years in office, including the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights, an exemption for preschools on church campuses. Where I saw a need, I wrote a law. The last thing they do is we run an agency. I had responsibility for 9 counties, about 800 people, 12 offices, administratively to get the offices running, to get people to get sales tax permits, to do fuel taxes. So I had that kind of organization structure under me.
Okay, right here, sir.
I've heard that in Riverside County, you can buy a property, and if the assessor wants to appraise it higher than you paid, they can do it. Is that true? And if so, does that happen in San Diego?
I was told keep it short. That was one of the pieces of legislation I wrote. It's called Rule 2. And what that says is that there's a built-in presumption on favor of you that sales price is market value. Then what that means is that the assessor's office has to overcome that presumption and prove why the sales price is not market value. I was fought by the assessors throughout the state for that. But here it goes back to the philosophy. I knew what Howard wanted. I believe I knew what Howard wanted. I knew what the people wanted. They wanted certainty in their taxes. And when they paid something for the house, they made a deal with government. I'll give you 1%, and that's all you'll get, plus the 2% a year that's added for cost of living more.
Will you be in a position as assessor?
Would you stand, please?
Will you be in a position as an assessor to stimulate business in the state of California, or is that beyond your scope?
The question was,
Getting killed.
will the assessor have the responsibility or the ability to stimulate the economy? I think that taxes are a drag on the economy. That means the more taxes you give to government, the less that money is going into the economy. If we get fair appraisals and we get money back in the hands of the people that are being overtaxed, that will stimulate the economy. And that's the little part that this office would play, is to get the drag of taxes off of the economy.